Happening Now projects underway in both Jamestown and Celeron. Residents shared their thoughts today. The new USS Little Rock arrives in Buffalo for a historic gathering.
I'm Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. Enjoy the warmer temperatures today because, things change tomorrow, and tomorrow night especially, we're talking lake effect snow. And it could be significant. We'll talk about it next.
That is Stephen Carlson. He's not only a Princeton wide receiver, he's a former Jamestown Red Raider, and you will hear his story next on Sports.
That's News Now for Tuesday, December 5th, 2017.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us. Happy Tuesday. I'm Justin Gould. Hopefully you're dry out there. Our top story: residents in the village of Celeron are expressing hope and optimism for the future in the midst of a massive hotel project that's being built along their waterfront. Our Ryan Hedrick spent Monday in the village asking residents their thoughts on it.
This is the village of Celeron, and in many ways, that project right behind me is where the hopes and the dreams of many lie in this community. We're gauging the pulse of this community today. They're talking about Jamestown, and they're talking about the future of Celeron. In fact, this young man, Cody Dickerson, stopped by to tell us it's difficult to get a job in this community if you don't have affordable child care.
I watch my kids every day. I got 3 baby boys at home. My wife works. I don't have the money to pay for a babysitter.
So it's child care, and it's expensive, right?
It is very expensive.
Good luck to you, man.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bonnie Thompson is a longtime resident, used to live in the city of Jamestown, and she's been watching the progress at the National Comedy Center and eyeing the project of that big hotel right behind me. She says that she's actually praying against the building of the National Comedy Center.
I just don't think that it's something that will benefit the community. I mean, look at all the things that the money went to the Comedy Center that should have gone to places like the library.
And as for this project, Bonnie is not too keen on that either.
First of all, they stole their view. I thought that was rude, but they don't care.
Right.
It's all about me.
What do you think about our next generation? Your little girl over there throwing rocks into the water and the simple things like that. Think we could do more for them?
We?
As a community?
We could if we do it God's way. Yes, we could.
Nice. And then you have business owners like Steve Strickland. Steve says that he's proud to call this home. He says he's proud of that project, and the reason he stayed here so long is because he has nowhere else to go.
I think it's good that we're bringing economic development, so.
What's kept you here so many years?
Oh, it's my home. The lake, the people, so everything about it.
And then this woman, she lives in West Ellicott, and in many ways she symbolizes the last of the generation that may be able to retire comfortably. She says that she likes cranes in the sky, and she feels that both projects, both the one behind me and the one on 2nd and Washington, will be a smashing success.
It's great for Jamestown. Yeah.
You're optimistic about its future?
Oh, heavens, yes. We want to see Jamestown grow.
So as for the overall outlook of the village of Celeron, well, it was optimistic on this Monday afternoon as we wait for the snow to fall. And for the residents that we spoke to, they're optimistic about their future and about the future of economic development. Reporting from the village of Celeron, I'm Ryan Hedrick, WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
All right, Ryan, thank you. The Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency approved a $30 million tax incentive for that hotel project last year. Juvenile detention is costing taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's according to Chautauqua County Executive-elect George Borrello.
We have 16 kids that are in juvenile detention that are costing us $1,000 per day. So $16,000 a day it's costing the taxpayers because New York State doubled the daily rate for the juvenile detention. They call it. They have another name for it, but it's basically the rehabilitation is poor, the rate of recidivism is high, and there's really no. These kids aren't getting treatment for the problems and the issues that they have. But New York State has deemed this the way it has to be handled because there are fewer and fewer youth detention facilities throughout New York State.
Now, Borrello says it's cheaper to board kids in Pennsylvania than it is here in New York. He says that the state has placed restrictions that will not allow the county to move them to PA. The new USS Little Rock is now docked in downtown Buffalo's Canal Side. The ship is in Buffalo for its historic commissioning, which is just under 2 weeks away. On Monday, Buffalo welcomed Little Rock LCS-9 to the Queen City. Now, this is the first time in U.S. naval history that the new ship will be commissioned next to its namesake.
We are pleased to be here. We're looking forward to getting out and to meeting the community and to having everyone on board the ship so that we can show her off to you. And again, we just appreciate the work. And it's been great working with the commissioning committees here in Buffalo and in Little Rock and all the members that have done such a wonderful job to support us along the way and to get us here this week.
Now, there's a saying about punctuality, quote, if you're on time, you're late. And this is the motto of the crew of the USS Little Rock. With that being said, the ship arrived 4 days early. The men and women of that crew are expected to have 4 extra days here in Western New York to explore. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a first look at our forecast. It's kind of looking a little chilly, isn't it, Dakota?
Yeah, well, we just had that good news about that new ship that's docked in downtown Buffalo. But yeah, they're not going to be able to enjoy it too much because we have this. The winter storm watch is still in effect throughout much of Western New York. It still excludes Allegheny County, though, but it includes basically everybody else. Now, these expire at a little different times here. The ones for the southern tier, this actually goes until 4 a.m. on Friday. Also the same thing for the Buffalo Metro as well. But when you get up toward the Lake Ontario shoreline, they're going to expire them earlier. And that's simply because the lake band coming off Lake Erie is not going to be impacting the Lake Ontario shoreline too much. It's mainly going to be Buffalo southward to the state line that's going to take the brunt of this system. So once again, we want to give you the first defense at everything you're going to need to know about this lake effect blast. Now, this really hasn't changed from yesterday because everything is pretty much falling into place that we are expecting here. Temperatures are going to fall into the 30s and the 20s this week. So say goodbye to all those 50s and the 40s because they're gone. And this is part of what's going to be triggering our lake effect event. A strong cold front comes our way out of the west, and that will trigger the lake response on both Lake Erie and Ontario. Now, the most intense snow band is going to be off Lake Erie. That's where the combination is going to be the strongest to allow for some of the heaviest snow. And this will be a significant event likely. Snow totals will likely range between 1 to 2 feet in some areas. So this will be a kind of a big event that we're going to have to go through here. And the highest probability for the heaviest snow is going to be in the Buffalo Metro southward down to ski country. We're going to see some snow down in our direction, but we think the heaviest of it is going to stay north. I'll show you accumulations and time it all out for you in that full First Defense forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you, Justin.
All right, Dakota, thank you. Well, speaking of those cold temperatures, National Fuel is urging its customers to pay attention to their gas meters, furnaces, and vents as this winter season approaches. They said to keep the gas meter in the area around the meter free of snow. National Fuel also reminds customers to clean exhaust vents that can easily get clogged up by debris, ice, or snow. The gas giant says if you ever smell gas, leave the building and call their emergency line at 1-800-444-3130. Number again is 1-800-444-3130. Coming up next here, sexual harassment in the workplace, how you can get help. And a little later on, it's off to the movies with a flick that will make you wonder. Stay with us.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. A local prevention educator says that sexual harassment in the workplace is as prevalent as it seems. Natasha Huam is with the Salvation Army's Anu Center.
I think the issue is people weren't coming forward before, and now we have these people who are kind of opening the doors for a bunch of other people to come forward. So I think that now is just an opportunity for people to voice what's been going on. But I do believe it's prevalent, and I believe it has been prevalent. You know, violence against women is only, it's not going away, but it's becoming more in the light, I guess. You know, there's been more news coverage on it, where in the past it was less acceptable to step forward, and it was more expected that, you know, and it can happen against men also, but it was more expected that if it does happen, then it's just part of, you know, being at a job as a woman, you know what I mean? Whereas now people are feeling like they can.
Huma says those who feel threatened can contact the Anu Center via their Facebook page. Montana is suing the maker of oxycodone. The state's attorney there are levying a lawsuit against Purdue Pharma, accusing it of using deceptive marketing practices to sell the powerful opioid. It also accuses the company of lying to doctors and to patients to get them to believe that OxyContin is a safe way to treat chronic pain.
This company has gone to great lengths to conceal the dangers of their product while misleading and exploiting physicians in a way that creates thousands of addicts dependent on their drug.
Other states are also suing Purdue Pharma, including Mississippi, Ohio, and Connecticut. In the past, Purdue Pharma has said it has a general concern about the opioid crisis and that it, quote, faces a multifaceted public health challenge, and it's working to be part of the solution. Well, the Cheesecake Factory is getting in on the holiday spirit. Starting on Wednesday, you can get a free slice of the company's namesake dessert.
Yes!
Right? It's taking advantage. To take advantage of this deal, customers must place a delivery order through their mobile app dashboard and enter a special code at checkout. This promotion ends on December 12th, though, so it's short-lived. Only one slice per household, Dakota.
Darn.
So we're probably going to have to share. More information on this promotion is posted on DoorDash's website.
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Sharing cheesecake, there is no such thing when it comes to cheesecake.
I know.
You can't share cheesecake.
Because if you cut it like straight,
No.
down the middle,
There
it's
is no
equal.
such thing as sharing.
But
cheesecake is soul food. You got to hog the whole thing for yourself.
Like, you know, you got like the pie looking square. You could cut it down this way.
Right.
But I would prefer to cut it like this and give you the bottom half.
Just keep the whole thing for yourself. There's a tip. Anyway, let's get into weather now, since I've got myself so thoroughly hungry talking about my favorite soul food in the whole wide world. First Defense Doppler right now. We have a few light rain showers coming through the area right now. The bulk of the rain that we had earlier today, it's pretty much pushing to the east and to the south, but we do expect more rain to come our way today, so the radar is getting a workout, and it will continue to get a workout over the next couple of days. Let's go to the main graphic system, and I will show you the Skycam here, and this is the Skyvision camera in Amherst. You can see the cloud cover there along I-290. That's going along Interstate 990 down there by the interchange. 52 degrees now, but take a look at the wind. South-southwest at 27. The peak gust is around 42 miles an hour, and they've picked up almost half an inch of rain so far today. Now, once again, the winter storm watch continues for much of western New York. It does not include Allegheny County, but it includes basically everybody else. And again, all of these will pretty much expire 4 a.m. on Friday, except for the Lake Ontario shoreline. They expired that a little bit earlier, and that's mainly because the lake band is not going to be impacting this area too much. It's going to be farther southward. So that's the reason why they're going to expire that just a bit early. But the forecast for today, widespread rain showers, mild, and it will be breezy. Take a look at that high temperature, 51. The average high temp for this day is 39. So that's going to feel nice. Take a look at the winds, though, south, 16 to 24 with gusts around 35 miles an hour at times. So it will be a little bit breezy. So yeah, hang on to those hats a little bit, but it won't be excessively windy though. So that's the good news. Surface analysis, this is the rain coming through the area right now. This is that warm front that's pushing up into Canada. Won't bother us. This is actually part of the front that's going to come our way, and that is going to trigger the lake response on both lakes and throw some lake effect snow our way. But currently out at the airport right now, it's 46 degrees. We got a wind chill number, it's 40, so it's not too bad out there. And of course that wind chill number is calculated with that south wind of 12 miles an hour and a 44 degree dew point, which obviously means that the air is quite saturated when the dew point and the wind temperatures are together. Now, talking about snow, these are the future projected snow totals, and this is this is coming off the European Ensembles model, and a lot of weather forecasters love the European Ensembles because it tends to be quite accurate, and this model is going larger with the snow totals compared to, let's say, the GFS, which is going lighter. But I'm going to go with the Euro because I think it is probably the most accurate out of the models we have examined here. So here we go. These are the snow totals out of this round of lake effect. This is going to be the brunt of it right here, right along the Buffalo Metro going into Southtown. 16 to 22 inches are more than likely going to be possible. And this goes all the way until 3 p.m. on Friday, by the way. So again, 16 to 22 inches, more than likely down here along the Boston Hills, Buffalo southward into the southern suburbs. 12 to 16 once you work a little bit eastward going into Wyoming County, dropping into Chautauqua County, northern Chautauqua County, 12 to 16 inches likely, dropping a little bit farther south, 6 to 8 a little bit southward, and then toward the state line about 4 to 8. Now keep in mind these are estimated totals, so your total will more than likely vary here. And then going eastward, again, the totals will drop off once you go eastward, once you get away from the lake. So again, 6 to 8. Northern Cattaraugus County, 4 to 8, central Cattaraugus, and then down toward the state line about 2 to 4. So again, this is going to be pretty much for some areas a big time snow event. And of course, we'll keep watching this and we'll keep you updated on that as the week goes along. So your forecast for tonight, pretty much rain showers. It changes to light snow showers later on as the temperatures drop. It drops into the 20s as that front comes on through with a southwest wind 11 to 16 miles an hour. So the wind will stay up though. Zone weather, here we go. Let's break down tomorrow's forecast county by county for you. And yeah, it's not going to be as pleasant as it is today. Take a look at these temperatures, pretty much upper 30s. We'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. And so again, as I said, the average high for the state's around 39, and some spots, especially along Lake Erie, will probably be around it. And again, we have a chance for some sunshine and a chance for snow showers. The actual lake effect actually does not get going until tomorrow night for most areas. So down in our direction, partial sunshine with only a few light snow showers in some areas possible. Eastward we go into Cattaraugus County, and you can see pretty much mid 30s will do it across much of the area. So it will be starkly colder tomorrow than it is today. We don't see much snow coming here. It'll mainly be a mix of sun and clouds, a little bit breezy though. But once you work up into the Buffalo Metro, into Erie County, this is where we're going to see the chance for some of that lake effect snow. It's going to start impacting the Buffalo Metro area earlier than it will be down here. So again, chance for some snow, and it will be windy. Take a look at the wind out of the west. Gusting, possibly the gusts are going to be around 45 miles an hour at times. So again, temperature is much cooler than today. So you need to be prepared for that. And of course, that winter storm will keep you updated on all that lake effect potential as the week goes on. The next 7 days of your life are up on the screen, brought to you by Quick Solutions. And you can see the cold temperatures continue throughout the next several days. We really don't see warmer temperatures anywhere on this 7-day past today. And again, we got that lake effect potential going all the way through Friday, and we continue some snow showers into early next week as well. News Now will continue right after the break with sports, so please stay with us.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
The team that puts coverage first.
Defendant who was being arraigned on felony narcotics charge bolted from custody, ran through the trailer park here in the village. We're currently seeking his location.
Can you fathom somebody starting a fire?
I can't.
Honestly, knowing there were people in the building.
No, I cannot. The person had to have been sick.
Several shots rang out early Sunday morning.
They drove up by, shooting a couple rounds off.
Excited for Cameron, he was our only senior we had there, and he's put as much time or more than anyone I've ever coached. So
he says that Coach Wilcox had a tremendous impact on him, both on and off the mat.
The Jamestown Red Raider Marching Band is getting ready to set off to Chicago for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at PhoneZoneShop.com.
Throw a pass, touchdown, Stephen Carlson.
He's 6'4", 225 pounds of sheer muscle and determination, courage, and honor. He came from the Jamestown Red Raiders, a champion on and off the field, a student athlete in every sense of the word, juggling the books and the basketball and the football, and making those transitions seamless, making them seem easy, when truly they are not. He arrived at Princeton a confident man, but humble, knowing he had work to do. In 2016, as a member of the JV team, he excelled. He excelled because he had the humility and the open-mindedness to listen to his strength and conditioning coordinators. And he also knew that he had to build a chemistry with his quarterback.
And just the trust we built from last spring ball over the summer and then in camp, going into camp and going into the first game, I kind of knew in the back of my mind that it was going to be a good start, and all I had to do was go out and do my job, and everyone else would be doing their job, and things would click.
But when Carlson got the starting nod in 2017, he did not disappoint. Against San Diego, the very first game, he burst onto the scene. 3 touchdowns, catch after catch, leaping and stretching. He was unstoppable. Week after week, he built the trust, built the confidence of his quarterback, of his head coach, the respect of the student body, and the Ivy League as a whole.
Was also a big point just from a physical standpoint. Strength coaches really investing in me and knowing that I could get to a whole nother level. That's where I am right now, and hopefully I can take it to even another level.
He'll graduate in 2019 with a degree from Princeton and an education in the School of Hard Knocks at Division I football. Life lessons he can always fall back on, but a work ethic that won't let him rest. Steve Carlson is what's trending. I'm Ryan Hedrick at the Phone Zone Sports Desk. WNY Sports Now. It all unfolds here.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
The Main Landing Restaurant, excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the main landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The main landing restaurant, excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Well, Hollywood hid from releasing any major new movies this past weekend, and what did that mean for blockbusters like Coco and Justice League? Rick Damigella with a look at the movies.
No, honey, I didn't mean it that way. It's a huge compliment.
Holiday hit Daddy's Home 2 held on to 5th place with $7.5 million. It was 4 for Thor, as Thor Ragnarok finished 4th with $9.7 million, while Wonder continues to be a wonder, with the feel-good film finishing 3rd with $12.5 million.
My special skills include Viola, web design, fluent in sign language.
The Heroes of Justice League maintain their second-place position on ticket sales of $16.6 million. After 3 weeks in theaters, the league has grossed $197.3 million at the domestic box office.
For this music is my language and the world es mi familia.
Nothing could stop Coco this week. The animated tale held on to the top spot with $26.1 million. Those numbers propelled Pixar's latest movie to a domestic gross of $108.7 million after 2 weeks in theaters. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Wow, that's really cool. I got to, a couple weekends ago, see the movie Wonder, which is incredible. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I don't want to give out too much, but I read the book before. You read the book and then you go watch the movie, and it's awesome.
Well, generally the movies,
are a little different.
Yeah,
but this
generally
actually,
the movies that are made after books, they're not as good as the actual book.
No, but this was actually pretty spot on. I mean, there were a few like minor details that I could tell they did because the book was really in depth, but overall it got the plot, which was the whole point of it. So.
You can actually, it's kind of like the Alex Cross series. Now, if you're a James Patterson fan, which I am, he writes, in my humble opinion, he writes the best mystery books on the planet. And they created a movie called Alex Cross based on the series of books. And I have read a lot of the books in the Alex Cross series. And the movie just is not anywhere near as good as the book. And it's just like, this sucked. And I was just like, I'll just stick to the book.
A lot of people say that, and I think that that when you look at like how Hollywood's interpretation of it, also what's feasible for them too, because like with the Wonder movie, there were some like scenes that were set up differently, but it followed the same storyline, and I think that some books, like with a huge series like the Alex Cross stuff, you can't dive into all of that in under 2 hours. Because I think any movie, no offense to movie makers, but if it's like 2 hours is the sweet spot. Anything over that is maybe,
it's the same way.
Maybe obviously I'm not going to get up and move if I'm in the movie theater because I pay good money for those seats. But I think that you don't want to drag it out. You want to have get the good story. Which I think is where the books come from. So
it's sort of the same way with all the Steve Jobs movies that were made. Not a single one of them have been any good, in my opinion, because they leave out critical information. And Storm is yelling in my ear saying that Jobs is good, but not really. I mean, I didn't think it was all that great.
I didn't get to see it actually. So.
Storm and I will debate about that a little bit later on.
That.
But first,
he wants us to stop talking about movies.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that Quick Solutions extended forecast one more time. So again, for today, rain showers throughout the day, mild temperatures. Don't get used to it because take a look at what happens tomorrow. Temperatures drop and we go into a wintertime pattern. Again, lake effect Wednesday night, Thursday into early Friday. Some of it could be significant with up to 1 to 2 feet in spots. And again, we'll keep watching that. But right now, we don't see much sunshine besides Friday when we start to dry out after the lake effect snow. And the weekend looking cold with some more snow. There is a chance that maybe the lake could regenerate again throughout the weekend, bring us more lake effect, but it doesn't look like a significant event by any means. Maybe a couple inches of lake effect out of that. But it's cold, snowy, it's winter.
Is the lake going to freeze anytime soon?
Probably not until sometime early next year because, Lake Erie freezes, that
Right.
shuts off the lake effect snow machine.
Right.
But we'll
And
see
by
if it
then,
does.
we're already pretty much hammered anyways.
Yes.
Thank you, Dakota.
Yeah,
We, of course,
you're
will
welcome.
stick to your coverage, w1newsnow.com/weather.
Mm-hmm.
We have a daily forecast and updates 24/7. That's going to do it for today. Be sure to join us tomorrow. Meantime, head to w1newsnow.com where coverage comes first.
See you tomorrow.